What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. As you guys can see from the setup, I have a little table out. What we're going to be doing today is obviously doing an eating show. As you guys read from the title, it is a mukbang. Now, I haven't did one of these in a very long time, and I hope you guys like the dark vibes in here. We're just chilling out tonight. It's real intimate and cozy. It's like a date. We're going on a dinner date tonight, so I'm going to be telling you guys a story in today's video while I eat. And this is a story that I've been holding off for like years upon years, because this happened in 2018 or 2019, and I feel like I can finally share this crazy ass story with you guys. I'm kind of lit, so if my eyes are kind of smaller than usual, you guys know why. Which I don't got no lashes on and I'm a little faded. What we're going to be eating today is some Asian cuisine. I got this from a shop by my house called China Go-Go. No promo. Because bitch, no. I got the bag right here. But it gets dark. As you guys can see, like when I put something up that's white, it gets kind of darker, which I don't like. So I'm not going to put the bag up, but I am going to put the food up, so don't even trip. So I pretty much got everything set up. I got my boba right here, but I was on the phone with the person that was involved in this situation, just to, you know, clear up some, you know, things and, you know, refresh my memory, because this did happen, like I said, years ago. This was like 2018, 2019 type vibes. So I just wanted to, you know, one, clarify with the person that I was telling the story and get the approval, because, you know, I'm not going to tell a story that somebody's not comfortable with unless they did me dirty, which they didn't do me dirty. I still fuck with them to this day, hence why we was on the phone. So I wanted to get their clarification and just refresh my memory on what was going on with the story. While I was chatting it up, I had to, you know, warm up my food. You know, this is not, you know, as fresh as it was. This is kind of frozen at the top. So yeah, we just gonna have to wait for that. This is hopefully spicy. I told them extra spicy. This is Huan beef. If you guys aren't familiar with it, I don't know if I'm saying it correctly. Close up right there. It's like a crispy meat, basically crispy fried beef. It's supposed to be really spicy. I always tell them extra spicy, but they don't make it too spicy. I'm like, hold on, girl. I always get like a full plate. It comes with some broccoli, obviously, which I do love the broccoli. Hold on, girl. Give me the broccoli. Girl, run me my money. Give me that broccoli. Okay, we got the broccoli right here. We got the broccoli. Okay, girl, we see it. We see it. But are you going to eat it? Okay, let me get the first bite. We do got the white rice. If you guys didn't know that about me, it's literally like my favorite food. Like, I can literally eat rice like all day, every day. But this is Huan beef from China Go-Go. Okay. Okay, it is spicy. It is spicy. Ooh. Oh my god. I'm so sad that this is like kind of frozen and I can't get to the bottom of it, because the bottom of it, it's not frozen. So I'm like, what the fuck? Can you just like unfreeze at the top? It's literally just the top. I feel like we should just get right into this story, because clearly the title of it is just, girl, what the fuck happened? What the fuck happened, and why'd you end up in jail? Why'd you end up in jail? What did you do? Was you selling your body? No, I wasn't. Bitch, try again. It's something I feel like we all could relate to. All y'all did it at one point in your life, if you know, not too bougie to, you know, admit it. It's something that I feel like we all could relate to, and it's the sticky finger syndrome. It's that sticky finger syndrome. And we all had it at one point, even if we was younger, you know. And this happened to be around the time I was 18, 19 years old. Let's just take it back to the day it happened. So I'm going to give the people some names, because clearly I respect the people in this story time still to this day. And, you know, just to make things, you know, more private. We'll go off the Jersey Shore cast. So we got 5 people in this situation, me included. We got Vinny. That's the only boy in the situation apart from me because, you know, I'm T, but I'm not a boy, bitch. At the time, I was transitioned at this point. Bitch, I had titties. You know what I'm talking about? So, I was one of the girls. So, I'm not no Vinny. You know what I'm talking about? I'm probably like a Snooki or something like that. Actually, a JWoww because I had the boob job. I was skinny, but I had the boob job. You know what I'm talking about? So, okay, I'll be Jenny. We got Vinny, the only boy in the situation. And then we got Zena, which is another girl in this situation, which is the main character in this situation with me, which is crazy. Me and my girl Zena were the ones that ended up being the jailbirds in this situation, so clock that motherfucking T. Clock it. Nobody else got involved or got locked the fuck up like me and Zena did. So we got Zena, and then we got Angelina, which is just a side character. I really didn't know her too much. And then we got, let's just say, Jenny. We got Jenny. So on this particular day, me and Vinny were hanging out, and we were just chilling or whatever, and we decided to hit up, you know, Dina and see what she was doing, what's going on. I think it was summertime. I believe it was like summertime. I don't remember the specific month, but I know it was like 2018, 2019, like I said. So, me and Vinny were just chilling. We were like, we want to get into something. Like, what's the move? What's the vibe? Like, we want to turn up. We want to do something. And at this point, turning up for us was just going to the motherfucking mall. And at the time, I was smoking. We was turned up at the mall, bitch, getting lit. All the little teeny boppers, we were mall rats. We would just go to the mall and do our big one. And, like, obviously, there would be turn-ups here and there, but that's neither here nor there. So, we hit up Nina. We hang out ever so often. Like, whenever we all come as a group, we come as a group. We tip out. So, that's how it was. And we were like, let's see what motherfucking Zena's doing. Like, we might as well chill with her too. Like, what it do, more the merrier, you know what I'm talking about? So, we hit up Zena, and she's with her other friends, Sammy and Angelina. And so I'm not too fond of, you know, Sammy like that. Sammy's like kinfolk of Kayla, not relatives, but, you know, like they close. That's how our relationship flourished. Whenever, you know, I seen her, it was with Dina. So she was with Dina. Oh my god, we got some jalapenos in here too. And that's why it's so damn spicy. Heavy on it. They were kinfolks, not like related or nothing, but they were always together. You know, they're really, really close. So they're together. She's not gonna, you know, leave them or whatever. So Dina was like, I'm so down to hang out, but I'm with, you know, Sammy and motherfucking Angelina. Come on, just melt. I want to drink my motherfucking boba. Like, this is mad squishy, but the top is just not letting me go through. A lot of tops don't let you go through because they tops, girl. What the fuck is you talking about? So, anyways, she was like, what we finna do? Like, I really want to hang out, but I went to people's. You know what I'm talking about? Damn. So we was like, fuck it. Bring them. Let's do it. Let's all hang out. They ended up coming over to my house. I get ready while Vinny is just chilling. I think he was already ready at this point because he was just on go. He was on go by the time he came to my house. I ended up putting on literally a red Dolls Kill. I believe it was Dolls Kill or Fashion Nova snakeskin fake leather outfit with a bra. I'll pop a picture up right here. I'm sure I have a picture of how I looked that day. I was tipping out, bitch. I didn't have it buttoned up. I had some red boots on, bitch. Yes, they was heel top. So, bitch, I was really tipping out. Just imagine a bitch pulling up to jail in that. What it look like I do? What it look like you in jail for? Like, this is just a whole lot. Like, I'm setting myself up and thinking this is gonna be a normal ass day for me and my bitches. Of course, some shit is gonna go wrong. Like, I'm just doing my makeup, doing my big one, smoking my weed. You know, my bitches all blow trees, so we all getting lit. Not thinking later that night, two of us is finna get locked the fuck up. I get ready. Oh my god, why is shit just flinging off my plate? Everything's just flinging off my plate. I'm gonna have to clean this platter afterwards. I swear it's these motherfucking nails. I swear it's these motherfucking nails. Y'all tell me to get shorter, but I'm sorry, I can't. They pull up. We all chilling. You know, I do my last minute touches before we tip out. I call the Uber. And we like, what's the move? What's the move? What's the move? We go to the mall. So this is Galleria Mall in Las Vegas. And I'm going to just be 100% transparent, like, you know, where the fuck we was. And everything was cool, copacetic. Right after we got out of the Uber, what did we do? We rolled another motherfucking blunt. And we smoked it. I think I already had it rolled at this point. You know what I'm talking about? We didn't roll in the car, but bitch, I already had one on go. I think I had 2 or 3, because, you know, we like to blow that trick. Make some motherfucking pictures, make some motherfucking content like we typically do. So mind you, I don't know nobody's plots. I just know I'm here to have a good time with my good Judy. Now, I might not know Sammy and Angie too well, but, I mean, shit, they're a good time. They're fun. They're a blast in the glass. So like I said, we take our pictures and then we smoke or whatever, and then now it's time for us to sit down, you know, go into the mall and just start, you know, window shopping, because we not doing too much. I mean, Dina literally just got paid $600, which is the crazy part about this. I don't know nobody's plots. I don't know what anybody's intentions are. I'm just there to have a motherfucking good time with my good Judies, like I said. So we just window shopping, you know, browsing, having a good kiki, making jokes here and there. Everything's cool and fine. This is where it all goes wrong. We go into motherfucking Sephora. I swear, everything happens at Sephora. Me and Dina was really like plotting telepathically, like we had them intentions, like, but we didn't say it to each other, but we like knew we was gonna do something. But like, I wasn't gonna do my big one, because I never do my big one. Like, I'm gonna just take a little something here and there, like a little nibble. Like, that's how it was for me back in the day. I don't steal no more. I don't do none of that. Like, I swear to motherfucking God, I don't do that shit. That shit's not funny. So I don't recommend this story. This is not like a funny fucking story, but it's a funny fucking story. Me thinking, I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna find the best tester out here in this bitch.
How would you say that?
Bitch, you dirty as fuck. And fuck you talk about a tester. What was I thinking? I see like a lip gloss that I really, really like. We in a Sephora at this point. All of us, mind you, it's 5 people. 5 people. We run in there deep. Bitch, I got on my red ass outfit, red boots, red pants, red coat with a motherfucking black bra on. Who is coming up in Sephora? They 5 deep rolling through Sephora. Of course we're gonna have eyes on us. Mind you, me and Vinny, we just doing our thing. Like, we separate from the group right when we get into Sephora. You know, Dina does her big one with her friends, and she definitely did her big one with her friends. Like I said, at this point, we were separated. Me and Vinny were doing our thing, just looking around. He was showing me, you know, makeup. So like I said, in my mind, I was like, I really want this lip gloss, and I'm gonna just walk out with it. I'm gonna just walk out with it. I'm gonna just have it in my hand and just curl my fists into my big one. I wasn't, you know, thinking to put nothing in my pockets or nothing, because my Fashion Nova, you know, pants didn't have no motherfucking pockets. I was like, okay, I'm gonna take this cute ass lip gloss. So that's exactly what I did. So we was in there for like about a good 15 minutes. I would say a good 15 minutes just looking around. Like I said, I was passing Dina, you know, while we was going through the store, browsing around. Like I said, I didn't know her intentions. We didn't know what the fuck was tea. Tell me why Dina, Sammy, and Angie decided we're going to do our big one. I had a little backpack. It wasn't a backpack like how y'all think. It was like one of those miniature backpacks, you know. Just like a little one where you could put like a little 1-2. It was kind of like a work backpack. So I'm assuming they all plotted up to be like, let's do our big one. I need a couple of things. You need a couple of things. Like, let's get a couple of things. That's what we're going to do. Or let's do our big thing. At this point, we still walking around. Vinny's still showing me stuff. But I got my lip gloss in my hand because I'm like, I'm going to tip out with this in my hand. Like I said. So, we still walking around. Like I said, we was in there for like 15 minutes. And it's time to tip out. So I was like, okay, we all gonna skirt the fuck out. So I was like, okay. I kind of peeped what was going on. Because like, you know, when everybody's doing a big one, it's kind of plotty. Like, it looks kind of weird. It looks kind of shifty. Especially if I was working out. I'd be like, why they like all coming together, but then they separate? We was separated in groups. Like, it was like group type shit. Me and Vinny finna tip out. We finna tip out. Like I said, 15 minutes in the store. We finna tip out. We start walking. I said this is a mall, so the Sephora is like in a Sears type vibe. So you gotta go into like Sears in order to get to it, because it's like around all the little kiosks and perfumes and shit. So we go into the Sears. We make a smooth clean through that Sears. It's only like a few walks till you walk out to the, you know, foyer of the, you know, whole mall, where it's like the glass things around it and all that shit. So I'm like, okay. In my head, I'm thinking once I'm out of this Sephora, I'm good to go. Like, and once I'm out of this, you know, Sears, bitch, I'm even better to go. So we make it out the first door, which is a Sephora. It's not even a door. It's just like an opening thing. And I'm like, okay, we tipping out. And Dina's not following us. She's still with Angie and Mangie. It's finally melted, y'all. Look at the straw. Look at the straw. Hold on. I just got shook about that. Like, let me mix my drink. Let me mix my drink. Okay. Then what? Ooh, not the bubble trying to choke me when I say in what. We made it through the first Sears door, and then I ended up making it into the foyer of the motherfucking mall. So in that little foyer area, you can see all the other stores. We walking out, we get like, let's say, a good like 20 steps out of the Sears area. And then I start hearing something. What the fuck could I be hearing? I hear a motherfucking voice. Hey! Hey! Oh! And so I turn around. I'm like, oh shit. Am I getting caught? I'm getting fucking caught right now. So I'm just like, oh my god. So I turn around, like, already right when I hear the hey, hey, hey. Like I knew, bitch, I got caught up. Me not thinking that Dina got caught up, any of that. I'm thinking me and Vinny got caught up. Because we're already out. Like I said, we didn't tip out at the same time. Like, we was kind of smarter than that. We had telepathic connections with, you know, motherfucking Dina. All this is going in my head. Like, the split second I hear that, hey, hey, hey. All that shit's going in my head. I'm like, oh my god, we're caught. Bitch, this is the end. Me and Vinny is just done, bitch. Oh my god. I got a lip gloss in my hand. It's just a tester. It's just a fucking test. I turn around, like I said, I react quick. Because I hear that, hey, hey, hey. Turn around. I see my bitch, motherfucking Dina. I'm like, that can't be my bitch Dina. Yelling, hey, hey, hey. Because I'm the only tranny motherfucker here. Why would she say that? You know what I'm talking about? So, I see my girl Dina. I'm like, oh my god. She's just walking out all happy-go-lucky, like, nothing motherfucking happened. I don't think she registered it, like, fully, like, I did right away. Mind you, Dina wasn't with Sammy or motherfucking Angie. They was separate, too, so they all walking out at different times. So, it's me and Vinny, and then Dina by herself, and then, bitch, Sammy and motherfucking Tammy or whatever. They going out at a different time, so I don't even see them. So I think she said something to me, and then I heard the hey, hey, hey. But as soon as I heard a voice behind me, I turned around. It must have been Dina first, because I see Dina, and then she's looking all happy-go-lucky. That's all I remember. And then I just, like, hear the hey, hey, heys. And then at that point, they said, hey, 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 come here at the end of that. I said, oh. Let's go. I was already turned around at that point and looking at motherfucking Dina, and I just started walking towards Dina. I'm like, come on, girl. And at this point, she heard the hey, hey, hey's come back, and she turned around too. So, this jumbo muscly man, you know, BK Poppy, or whatever, comes up, screaming at her, like, come here. And I'm like, I got the gloss on my hand. Like, I'm literally walking towards motherfucking Dina and this person with it in my hand. Like, come on. I was like, this is all I got. This is all I think he snatches it out of my hand or something like that. Because this is all I got. And he was like, y'all coming with me. Y'all coming with me. Y'all think y'all slick. Like, one thing about this guy, he thought he was, like, cute. He was big some hot shot, but, like, no. No, baby. You just a motherfucking rent-a-cop. Like, it's okay. Loss prevention, it's okay. It's okay to be loss prevention, but you not no police. You not gonna tell me where to go. I guess I was listening that day. So, literally, in the midst of him saying all that to me and motherfucking Dina, because at this point, I'm walking, you know, there. Benny, he's kind of hesitant. So, he's like, walking back, but then he's not walking back. Like, he's like, bitch, you should be running right now. You should be running right now. I bet you Vinny wanted to book it. I think he would have booked it, like, if I wasn't just so gullible and just kept on walking. But I'm not going to, you know, run off on Dina. Like, fuck I look like you was in some shit, bitch. I was in some shit. So let's get into it. You know what I'm talking about? So he tells Vinny, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here and go. Or something like that. He was just real aggressive with it. He was like, go. Go. And I'm like, why can't y'all just let us go? And he's like, y'all coming with us. You coming with me. You coming with me. And I'm just like, oh my God. Like, what does this bitch have? Because I don't know what my bitch has. What does my bitch do now? So I give him another loss or whatever. I just kept on walking with it, like, really nonchalant. Because you want to be nonchalant and be all cocky, bitch, I'm going to be just as the same. I don't know if Dina was spooked or whatever, but she could tell her story on her own one day, hopefully. We just walking. We are back in focus, and I'm going to actually look at you guys while I'm talking. I'm sorry for the no eye contact. I'm sorry. So like I was saying, he was walking us to the back rooms or the very back of the, you know, mall or whatever. To the loss prevention area, or should I say, like, the depths of hell, because it was given back rooms. There was no lights on in the little thing. They had the cut one on, and then the hallway where I could see was, like, mad dark. It was really sketchy. He was on the way over there. He was talking his shit like, oh, y'all thought y'all was going to get away with it. Like, I'm not going to say verbatim what he said. Like I said, this was like 2018, you know, 2019. But he was talking his shit. Basically like, we get into the room. Like I said, it was some scary dark shade, giving backroom tease. And we get in there. He sits us down. He puts us in like this room. It's like a little square room. And he sits us down. So he sits us down, and he basically asks us, you know, we saw you. We saw what y'all was doing. Y'all thought y'all was slick. You thought you was motherfucking slick. And me and Kayla just sitting there because we knew what the fuck we did. Like, we standing on business. Like, okay, y'all caught us in what? And what's next? What the fuck is next? But, bitch, we weren't prepared. So he said, let's see what y'all got. So he was like, let me see your bag to Dina, because she was the one with the bag. What Dina had in this bag was like detrimental to the situation. Like I said, I had my little tester lip gloss. You know, I didn't have nothing too much. I had it in my hand. Like, that's all I really had. Like, swear to God. And I had some treat inside my motherfucking bag. That's all I motherfucking had. So I was like, oh my God. That's kind of like what was on my mind too. I was like, oh my God, we was smoking, bitch, we lit. Like, this is just too much going on. You blowing my high. Like, what the fuck is tea? What's going to happen? So, like I said, what Dina had in this bag was detrimental to the story. This is what basically sets it all off. So he was like, let's see the loot y'all got. He pulls out a foundation. Okay. Pulls out like another foundation. Okay. Bitch, tell me why he pulls out about like 3, 4, 5. Bitch, maybe 6 or 7. It was like a whole damn makeup kit. And like I said, Sammy and motherfucking Angie, they were getting their stuff also. They were rocking with my girl Dina. So I'm assuming that they was like, okay, you gonna do your big one, but you gonna get us something too. And then we gonna do the do. And so that's basically what it was giving. It was a whole lot. It was a whole lot. Tallied up, it was like over $500. Like, I think over 500, or like not even like 400, 500, 400, something like that. It tallied the fuck up, girl. And I was like, each time she pulled something, I was like, ooh. And I was just sitting next to Kayla, shoulder to shoulder, and I was just like, oh my God. Oh my God. And so he asked the question. He was like, so this was for all y'all? This is for all y'all? Y'all all came together? He's like, this is your friend? This is your friend? And I was like, yeah, that's my friend. Like, yeah, that's my friend. Because I'm rocking with her. So, of course, I guess that's like for me too. I guess some of that stuff was for me too, although it wasn't. After he had pulled out everything, I'm assuming the cops were already called before, you know, we had, you know, got into the room or whatever. So he had said, we're going to wait for the cops to get here and we'll see what we're going to do about this. And I'm like, oh my God, you can't just leave us with a motherfucking warning, kick us out, do something. Like, you kicked my bitch Vinny out. You kicked Vinny and Angie out. Like, what the fuck is tea? Come on, let us free. At this point, while we were waiting for the police to get there, he was just making small talk, smart talk at that, because he was talking his shit. Like, he was making smart little remarks and jokes and shit. And Dina didn't, you know, stay out here. She had a whole different ID. He was asking Dina, oh, where you from? Da, 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 da. Like, all this extra and snarky bullshit, basically. And I'm like, if we can't make this any worse, we gotta get a cocky ass nigga that think he the motherfucking feds. No, you not no fed. You ain't no motherfucking popo hoe. I'm thinking with like the amount of products that we had, with the money that had accumulated, you know, of what we had taken, I was like, yeah, bitch, we're going down. We're going down. But I was just saying in my head, everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. I wasn't trying to freak out. I wasn't trying to cry, bitch. Me or Dina didn't break a motherfucking tear up until some more bullshit had happened. Cops get there. It's like one cop. And off the bat, he's just like, okay, what happened? He was talking to the guy. The guy was telling him the story. Wasn't really trying to talk to us. And basically, he was like, y'all ready to go? I'm like, where the hell are we going? Where are we going? And he's like, he basically said, because of the amount of stuff that was taken, we can't just let y'all go. And if y'all would have went to a different mall, and that was not in Henderson, y'all would have been free to go, because we can't stop y'all. But since you're in Henderson, bitch, we can stop you. Any store around this vicinity, but you're gonna get stopped and you're gonna go to jail. Regardless of if it's a motherfucking lip gloss or a motherfucking chicken wing, like, bitch, you're going to jail. So I'm like, ah, bitch, we should have went to a fashion show if y'all was gonna pull some bullshit like this. So tell me why they put us in handcuffs. Now, me and Dina, we still can make things cool, calm, and collected. We looking at each other smiling like here and there. But it's like that smile you do when you with somebody like you close to. And it's like that smile that's like, bitch, this is some bullshit. Like, it's a bullshit smile. It's like, oh my God, bitch. Like, I would just be like, bitch. That's what we kept on doing. So we grab all our stuff. He puts us in handcuffs. And he takes us on our merry way. Like I said, the little loss prevention thing was like in the corner of the mall. They didn't walk us in handcuffs like throughout the whole mall, which was great. Like, I'm so glad, because that would be hella embarrassing. You know what I'm talking about? That would have just been fucked up. So, he takes us out of the mall. We walk into the motherfucking car. At this point, I'm like, fuck, it's nighttime. Because we got there when it was like sunset, around sunset. So, it's nighttime at this point. I'm like, oh my God. We didn't have time to text nobody, no nothing. We didn't know where Vinny, Angie, or Sammy were. Like, did they even get to link back up? Because I'm sure when they seen us getting caught up, bitch, Vinny got told to go. And where was Angie and Sammy? Like, y'all probably dipped when y'all seen us getting flipped. Like, shit. So, we were like, fuck, what is about to happen? Like, obviously, we know we getting taken somewhere. Taken a motherfucking jail, honey. Like, what? So, we get into the police car. He sits us in the back seat. Thank God it wasn't like a whole bunch of police. I would have been like, damn. And I'm so glad that I wasn't separated from motherfucking Dina, because I would be so petrified. I would be way more scared if I wasn't like with somebody. I'm glad that like we got to experience this together. So he sits us in the car. He shuts the door. There's music playing on the radio. He had the radio up like semi-loud. I'm like, okay, we hearing Baby Pull Me Closer in the backseat of the Rover, but bitch, we in the backseat of the cop car. Like, Girl, it's just not the vibes. It's not the time. So he puts us in the cop car and he shuts it and he locks it. He leaves. He leaves back into the mall. And we sitting there for like a good 20 minutes. Like, I would say like a good 15. I'm not pushing it to 20. But we were sitting there for a long time. I'm assuming like the cop was getting the story, getting our information or whatever. And just tallying up what we had taken and all that. So while we sitting in the car, me and Zena, we're still just trying to keep ourselves calm, cool, collected. I don't even think like we said too much. I think I just said, bitch, this is crazy. Like, I'm sitting in the back like, bitch, this is crazy. Oh my God. Oh my God. And I remember all I kept on saying was like, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay, girl. It's gonna be okay. And we didn't shed a tear. We didn't shed a tear. I know I was telling her, I love you. I love you. I love you. Because what the fuck is going on? I felt like frazzled. I didn't know what to say apart from it's okay and I love you. Like, bitch, what's about to happen to us? Are we going to get separated? Like, ah! In the midst of us getting taken into the car or whatever, this is just like a key little side note detail. When he ended up, you know, putting us in the car, taking us to the car, and on the midst of him going back to the mall or whatever, bringing us into the car, he dropped motherfucking Dina. He dropped Dina's ID and lost it. Lost it at the motherfucking mall. So, we ended up having to go back and grab the cop comes back. He gets in the car. Not too much chit chat. I don't think we was talking to the pigs because, bitch, we was scared. We was petrified. So we was just playing music. He asked, is it too cold in there? Is it too hot? At least he was, you know, he was cool. My mighty loss prevention person was, you know, way more rude than the cop was. I was like, thank God we didn't get no dick ass cop because, baby, I'm gonna train you. You can't be doing that to me. Can't have no, you know, twisted cops out there trying to pull me over and shit. He was very attentive of our needs, asking if we needed anything or whatever. Bitch, we needed to go home. Can you do that? So, we get to the station. They gotta process us. So basically, we're getting processed into jail. Obviously, have us separated. They made us sit down around everybody. Mind you, like I said, I showed you how I look. So we walk up in there. People are like, oh my God, already eyes on us. Eyes on motherfucking us. Because it's like mad late. Like I said, it's mad late. It's like almost 10 o'clock now. 9 o'clock 10. So, this is how it was set up. They had like mad metal chairs and shit. In the middle of it, there was like the cops. It was like elevated. It was like a little desk thing. And you have the rows of chairs of people waiting to get processed. And around that whole little section are windows and cells. So you got like a cell. And then a window full of niggas on one side. And then another window full of bitches on the other side. You know what I'm talking about? So, there's mad people that are already processed, got their jumpsuits on in there. And there's the people waiting to get processed, you know? So they sit us down. They put us in handcuffs on the chair. So they lock us onto the chair like, boom. You're not going nowhere. So we sitting there, mind you, right when we walk in, like I said, all eyes were on us. And like I said, there was the windows with the people that were already processed. Mind you, I don't know if they're going to jail. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know how long they're going to be in here. So, there's some crazy people. There's some motherfucking crazy people in there. As soon as they see me with my red outfit, my bra, my push-up bra, like, my girls were sitting real high. I had my long black bust down, about like 30 inches almost. I was looking like a statement with my red boots, too. They start talking. I just hear a little, I just hear it like little voices. Little voices, they wasn't being too loud, too crazy at the moment, but, you know, they was peeping, and they was, you know, whispering and shit, you know, the careless whispers. So, they separate me and Kayla. We sitting on one side, I'm sitting on the other. I'm just like, damn. We're sitting there for a good, like, I would say like 5 minutes, and thankfully, there was somebody that was a part of the LGBT community. I don't know if they were transitioning or just, you know, a masculine presenting female, but they did look, you know, a little butch. They were very much, you know, butch realness. They had their hair done, you know, cut with a fade or whatever, giving real cute or whatever. You know, it was giving masculine. Automatically, that made me feel a little bit more comfortable because I'm like, okay, hopefully, since there's somebody in my community, like, they'll back me up if anything does happen to me. That's what I'm thinking in my motherfucking head. And so be it. The person ends up coming to me and they're like, okay, you got to get up and you got to get processed. They're, you know, running down basically what's happening. They're like, okay, you're getting processed. What's your height? What's your age? What's the blah, blah, blah. They had me sign a few papers. I asked when I was going to be able to call somebody because that's the first thing you think of when you go to jail. Like, who am I going to call right now to let them know that, you know, I'm stuck in the pen? So, they let me know when I was able to call somebody. They were like, okay, after you get dressed and all that, we'll give you an opportunity to call somebody. So after they asked that question, there was 2 police officers. There was the one that was, you know, questioning. I didn't know what they were. And then there was another man. So they were like, okay, now we got to pat you down. So the one that I was questioning brought a woman over and then she started patting me down. I let her know that I was trans. Really, the other officer, like, peeped that and they kind of understood. Like, we connected at that moment. I was like, bitch, I'm an LGBT. You know the T. And so they're patting me down, asking if I have anything sharp, any weapons, any of that. I'm like, no. And then they get to the top part of my head, you know? And they're like, what's this? What's this? Is this a unit? Is this a wig? And I was just going to be honest, of course, like, bitch, it's going down to my butt. Like, yes, it's a wig. And they were like, okay, can you take it off? And I'm like, do I have to? And they were like, yes, you have to take it off. You have to take it off. Mind you, I glued down my wigs. Like, got to be an all. Freaking ball cap and all. So, I'm like, fuck, really? I think I asked like twice. I'm like, oh, really? And they're like, yeah. And so, bitch, I take off my wig. I get scalped. I talked to Dina and she said she was shook. She was shook when she seen me have to pull off my hair. Mind you, Dina had a wig on also because she was installing wigs at the time. And she knew she was next. She knew she was next to get scalped. So as soon as I started pulling up that wig, girl, the boys were like, I knew it. Oh, I knew it. Oh, like, going off because obviously there was careless whispers when I walked in the motherfucking room. You know, they was questioning, is that a. So, of course, when I took off that wig, I guess that verified to all of them. Like, yo, that's the man. And mind you, I had cornrows in. I had my hair braided underneath my wig cap. I had my ball cap on. I think I had to take off my ball cap. And they're like, okay, put that in there and put your little. I had the red coat on. I had the Fashion Nova coat on. So I had that on. They were like, okay, you're going to put that in there also. But we're not going to have you take that off because clearly, bitch, you just scalped me and everybody went crazy. So imagine when I take off this coat, you see these big ass titties. You know what I'm talking about? They're going to go wild. So they were like, we're going to take you to the shower and then you're going to put all your clothes inside this bag and then you're good to go. We'll give you, you know, your jumpsuit. Oh, so I got to walk past the hurdle of people that are going crazy. Because the showers are down the hall, like right next to, you know, the rooms. And there's a picture area right before the rooms. And then there's a shower. So I got to take my pictures after I showered. So I got scalped and had to take a shower and wash my feet off. So, bitch, my mugshot was probably horrendous. Fucking horrendous. So, shit. Literally, when I got scalped, that's when a tear shed. Like, I dropped a tear at that moment. Like, as I was, you know, scalping my head, as the glue was loosening up and stretching off. Bitch, that's when the tear finally shed because I heard them people. I was like, bitch, I'm dead meat. I'm dead meat up in here. They know I'm not going with the girls. They know I'm not going with the girls. So I was like, it's happening. Bitch, I finally shed one tear. They said it's okay. Keep your coat on. You're going to go to the shower. And I was like, okay. And so, like, I'm just, like, wiping my tears, whatever. Like, still trying to be a strong-ass bitch. But deep down, bitch, I was struggling. Bitch, I was broken. Like, you took my hair. You took my hair and exposed me. So I was like, damn, this is getting too motherfucking real. So now it's shower time, and they take me to the shower area. Like I said, while I was walking past, of course, the guys were hooting and hollering because, girl, they seen what they had seen, and they know what they motherfucking know now. So they give me my jumpsuit. I said I'm size small, but it literally felt like hella big and baggy because, like I said, I'm very tiny. I'm a tiny girl. So they take me to the shower. They're like, okay, you gotta strip off all your clothes and you need to bend over and motherfucking cough. Girl, I said, oh my God. So I stripped my clothes. I turn around, face the shower. I bend over, spread my cheeks, and cough one good time. They're like, you good to go. Hurry up and take a shower. You got about a minute. The water's going to cut off. Once it cuts off, put your clothes on and then come out. Or knock on the door and tell us that you're ready. I was like, okay. So they give me my towel, they give me my clothes, and then I do my due deals. When I was in the shower, not gonna lie, I was kind of sad about it. I was like, oh my God, I was stressing, but I was trying to, clean myself up. I had to wash my face. I had to try to make sure I looked decent because I was about to take my pictures. I was like, fuck. And I did probably shed like one little tear. I was just like, oh my God, like this is crazy. My body was still full of adrenaline, so I was like still not taking things quite as serious as like it was happening. Put on my clothes, turned off the water, put on my clothes. At least the bathroom area was like wide. It was just one big shower area. I guess they had one for the boys, one for the girls. I guess they put me in the motherfucking boys one, maybe. I guess. I don't know. It was just a general one-person bathroom. So I turn off the water, I put on my jumpsuit, and then I tap on the door. And they open it, and then we get to taking pictures. They're like, okay, now we're going to take your pictures. We have to do our glam shots. And they're like, okay, I want you to stand right here on this tape, and then face this way, face this way, face this way. And bitch, I'm looking busted at this point. I'm looking around to see if I see Dina, and I don't see her. So I'm assuming they picked her up and they did the same thing. Snatched her and took her to the shower. So she's probably showering at this point. So I'm like asking a person. So I'm asking the person that's taking my pictures, which is the one that is, I don't know what it is. And I'm like, do I have to go in the little sections with the people, the boys? And they're like, I'm not too sure. I'm going to see what we can do. What they ended up doing, instead of putting me in the general population with like everybody that was, figuring out if they're going to jail or not and all that, they're already booked and have their suits on. Basically like the main area of where they're holding everybody, like that glass thing full of everybody. It was like a classroom full of students without chairs. Like, it was crazy. So they didn't know if I was going to be there all night. I didn't even know if I was going to be there all night. I'm assuming they did know that, but they were just saying that just to say that. So they were like, we're just going to sit you here on the metal chairs and you'll just be sitting there until whatever happens. And I'm like, okay, that's better than, sitting in a room or standing in a room with a whole bunch of men that, girl, I don't know what the fuck they went in there for, and I don't know how long they gonna be in here for, and if they not gonna go to prison or not. So it was just very unsafe environment for me. So I was like, okay, good. So I'm sitting there, and eventually I do see Dina walk her happy ass through there, and I see her get put into the rooms with all the other bitches. And I'm not able to talk to Kayla. I just see her get put in there, and then that's just that on that, like motherfucking cat in the hat. We do end up connecting and, making a connection a little bit later. Like I said, we got there around like 9:30, 10 o'clock, I think. And I was sitting out there till a good, I would say, because they had processed everybody that was waiting in the middle chairs into the little holding cell things or whatever. So not too many people were out there. I was mainly the only one that was sitting out there. I was just a motherfucking focal point for the people just to watch me and see what the fuck is tea with me, because why does she get special treatment to sit out there? So I have people trying to question me, saying, hey, look over here, look over here. But they have me facing away from the glass holding cell. So, like, I was sitting like this, and they could just see my back. They could just see my back. I was just looking at the police, which was more comforting in my eyes because I'm closer to the desk. So if anything was to happen, I can just jump over that desk. I'm just sitting there. I got my call throughout that time period, and I got to call my mom. And I let her know what the fuck was he. She was so shook, of course, like a mother would be. She's like, oh my God. I let her know how it happened, why we got taken. It was going to happen regardless because, like I said, the police told us that in Henderson, they're going to take you regardless if it's a motherfucking Twix bar. And so I'm just like, damn, I let her know that. Tia was like, oh my gosh, there's nothing we could do. I don't know how long I'm going to be here. Oh my God. I did like mumble and cry like a little bit while I'm on the phone with my mom because clearly, bitch, you on the phone with your parent and you're telling them like, bitch, you're locked up. Like, that's something you never want to tell your parent. But she was very supportive. She was very caring and worried about me, which was very much how parents should act. They shouldn't be like, oh, bitch, fuck you. Like, you did this to yourself. Like, bitch, da 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 da. I'm like, I don't know, just have some compassion, bitch. I'm going through it right now. It's a tranny in a hard place. So, she's like, we're going to figure it out. We're going to figure it out. At this point, I knew I was going to stay overnight because it's about to be like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. They're not going to let nobody out. There's no judge. There's no nothing. So, I'm like, fuck. My mom told me I'm most likely going to end up staying the night. And hopefully, we can figure things out in the morning. Just try and get some rest and just figure things out. And I'm like, I can't rest. I'm not even in the bed. They're sitting me in the chairs, which I was very thankful for. But, fuck. So I was just like, damn. Like, I was just freaking out. I was like, how long am I going to be in here? The conversation was very short because, like I said, it was later at night and it was quiet. So I didn't want to, you know, pour out my emotions in front of everybody because I'm not that type of bitch. Like, that's why I wasn't crying around Dina. Because, like, I just like to keep things cool and copacetic and not worry people too much. You know what I'm talking about? I don't like worrying people. That's the last thing I like doing. So, around, like, 2 o'clock, 3 a.m., it's like the middle of the night. They're like, okay, we finna put you in a room. A room? Will. I'm like, is it going to be like a solo room? Da, 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 da. And at this point, the person that was in the community, the LGBT community, they were about to get off work. They were like, they came up to me. They were like, oh, I'm about to get off. Is there anything you need before I get off? And I'm like, oh my God, you're about to get off. Because they were walking around periodically, you know, checking the people that were in the rooms, walking around, doing their laps. And they asked me, oh, do you need anything? They gave me like a blanket, I think, or something like that. I don't really remember. But it was cold, and I was like, got something to cover myself. You know what I'm talking about? I had one hand shackled to the chair, and I just was cold as fuck. So I think I had like a blanket. I don't really remember. I don't remember. But the bitch was cold. So Sensei was looking out for me, which I truly do appreciate. It made me feel so comfortable. They told me you're about to be put in a room, and I was like, oh my God. Like, everything gonna be fine? They're like, yeah, I'm back for the afternoon shift tomorrow. I don't know if you'll be here. I'm like, okay, cool. Sad that you're leaving. Like, I was really sad. I was upset. I was like, I'm not gonna be protected anymore. Nobody's gonna fucking care about me. So that was that. They put me in a solo room. So it was right next to the window where everybody was. Mind you, there was people that were in solo cells, but those were the nut jobs. Like, there was somebody that was screeching, like, all night. Like, they ended up taking him because, like, everybody was getting frustrated and people was getting mad. So, like, you need to shut this nigga up. Like, people was like, I'm gonna beat your ass. Because this man was just screaming at the top of his lungs like somebody was killing him. And that happened, like, pretty much all night. But they put me in the same type of rooms that they put that nigga in. So I was like, I'm not one of these crazy-ass bitches. But I'm like, okay, let me just go in there, period. So So they do a dinner, I think. Yeah, I think there was a dinner. No, I don't think. I think we have missed dinner. We had definitely probably missed dinner. I think we did miss dinner. Because it was late. I don't think we had dinner. I think we had breakfast. Breakfast in the morning. It looks just like the movies. It's like the little flat surface for your bed. It's literally attached to the ground. So it's like the ground, and then it goes up, and it goes like that. And then it goes up. There's a toilet right there, and that's it. That's all you got. Got your bed and yourself in the toilet. So as soon as they shut me in there, I get to looking out the window. Like, of course, everybody gonna want to look out the window because I wasn't able to see everybody that was, you know, looking at me from the back. So I'm like, okay, let's look in there and see if I can see my girl Dina. As soon as I pop my little head through there, I see who? My girl Dina. I'm assuming she was just watching out for me, make sure everything was cool and collected while I was, you know, out there. But I literally couldn't see her. So once I got in there and I looked at the little people, I seen motherfucking Dina. I was like, oh my God. I started crying. I started crying, bitch. I started crying. She started crying. I was like, I love you. Like, that was a bonding moment that's tied us like forever, which is fucking crazy. So I see Dina, I start freaking out. I just started crying. I just started bawling because I'm like, bitch, I'm locked in here. You're in a holding cell. I'm thinking like, I'm getting taken down for this. Like, that's just what was in my head. So I'm just crying, finally letting it all out, laying on the bed, just trying to go to sleep so the time could pass. Because I was like, I know if I wake up in the morning, like, this is all going to be better. This is all going to be better. Like, I'm going to be able to get out of here scotch-free. I was not going to somebody at the moment also. So I was like, oh my God, please. I know this man be like on my ass, like has my location, da 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 da. Like, always wants to talk to me. We go to sleep together. What is this man going to think? Like, I'm going to have no relationship when I wake up. Like, we're going to be broken up. I'm like, fuck, this man can't figure out I'm in jail for this bullshit. Like, I'm just, all the emotions are coming in. Like, I'm just like, damn, I'm really up in here. How long am I going to be up in here? Nobody would motherfucking tell you. They're just like, I don't know, you got to wait for a court thing. You got to wait to see the judge. That's what they would say when I asked, like, okay, so what's going to happen? They're like, well, you got to see a judge. Okay, well, when is that? Well, we don't know. Like, it's too late right now, but in the morning, we'll figure it out. Oh, we'll figure it out, and then you will be able to, and then you'll be able to see a judge. And I'm like, fuck. So I do got to spend the night in here, which is fucking crazy, but at least I'm in a room secluded and nothing's going on. Like I said, with the midst of all my emotions going on, there was this man screaming in the loony cell, just like I was very calm, quiet, like about to blow the place up. They probably thought, oh, something's wrong with her. Why she get to put out? But clearly y'all know what was wrong with me, bitch. She just got a little meat down there. What would she say to her? That's it. That's it. And a little bit of gender dysphoria. Eventually I end up falling asleep and it becomes morning time. And the morning time, it was kind of cool. I know a lot of you guys are going to ask, like, bitch, you had weed on you. Like, you had blunts on you. I had 2 little blunts in a Dutch pack, halfway smoked, so they were like short ones like this. They were basically like roaches. So they were put in there. The cops asked if that was like weed or whatever, and I told them, I was just honest. I was like, yeah. And they were like, you were lucky it wasn't a whole thing because you could have got charged for that. And they just put it into my little bag of stuff that I had. So I'm like, okay, thank God, like, they didn't charge me for that, because ooh, that would have been tragic, and I would have had to probably stay for a long time. The morning time rolls around and they bring over breakfast. Everybody's talking about, you know, when is the court dates. I hear people, you know, asking about it. I just hear like random voices because there's mad voices. Everybody's talking. There's a lot of chitter chatter. And I hear people talking about, you know, the court date. So I'm like, okay, we're going to be able to see a judge today. The officers bring me my meal and I'm like, what's going on today? Am I going to be able to see a judge? They're like, yes, you'll be able to see a judge in a few hours, da 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 da. And I'm like, okay. And so I'm just waiting. Just waiting. Girl, I done already tried to taste test the food. It wasn't hitting. It was on some stale shit. But I did still, you know, munch a little bit. I had to munch a little bit. I had to see what it was giving. You know, it was like a 2 out of 10. I was thinking we were going to get to see the judge like right in the morning time, but we definitely didn't. It was like around afternoon time when they finally lined us all up. And of course, I got to get lined up with the motherfucking boys. So I get lined up with the boys. The girls go first. My girl Dina, she went to her court for... So I'm lined up with these boys, and of course, one gets to talking to me. It was like this little... I don't know if he was Hispanic. He looked kind of white, but he looked kind of Hispanic. As we were walking in the thing, he was just making kind of small talk. Like, it was kind of not strict. Like, they weren't too, you know, pressing on us to not talk while we was walking. He was like just saying little things like while we was standing, because we was like in the back mainly. Like, we was kind of like in the back. So homeboy asked, he was like, how long are you going to be in here for? I was like, I don't even know. Hopefully I can figure it out today. He said, what's your name? I said my original name, which is crazy. And he was like, okay. Are you from here? I'm like, yes, I'm from here. And I didn't want to ask him what he did or any of that. And I was just like, damn, I'm just hoping I can get out ASAP. And he was like, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And I was like, okay. And that's pretty much all he said to me, apart from when we got to like the judge area. And I believe I had went first, and then when I went to the little thing, before I walked into the thing, he was like, oh, good luck. And I was like, oh, thank you. And so I talked to the judge. They're like explaining everything to me. My mother's on thing, and I'm like, oh my god. I hear my mom. And I'm just like shook to the core. Of course, I start crying, and they're like, well, you're going to have to pay a fine of what you stole. So the amount of money that you had stolen, you're going to have to be paid back in a fine form, which I was like, bitch. None of that shit was mine. So they told me the rundown of what was going to happen and what I needed to do. And I had a court date or whatever, all that shit. So I was like, okay, that's fine. From the judge, basically we're waiting for everybody to, you know, get back lined up so we all can head out. And I see my little trade. Of course he was into me. I felt like he was into me, because why is he just going to single me out and talk to me? Of course he knew, bitch, I was different. Like, you seen the titties at the top. Like, it was poking through. They not too protruding, but bitch, you could tell. Get back in line and we get to step in, and he was just like, oh, how'd it go? And I was like, it went well. Just hoping I can get out ASAP. They said it might be tonight. So we don't get to talking too much after that. And we just end up going back. And I get into my cell. So I believe I do end up seeing Dina when I do come back to like the holding cells and all that shit. And I believe we mouth to each other. We was trying to talk to each other. We was trying to communicate. And I was like, tonight, are you going to see the judge? Like, did you see the judge? Did you see the judge? Tonight, we gonna get out tonight. And I'm like, period, bitch. Okay, so I believe I see her one more time. And then I just chill. I'm like, okay, it's time to just, you know, sit here and wait. It's a waiting game at this point. Like I said, now it's just a waiting game at this point. I'm waiting to get released and go the fuck home, because I need to go home. So I'm just waiting and waiting. I couldn't get another call. They weren't letting us call anybody. I'm assuming they let the people call if you needed to figure out like a ride situation. But like I said, I was in the room, basically the same room with my mom when the judge was present, because they were on like a little call. I don't know if it was like a FaceTime call or an audio call. I don't know how it worked. Probably like a fucking Zoom call or something. Dina ends up getting released before me, which is so crazy. But she did end up seeing the judge before me. So it is what it is. Like, I guess that's how the cards play out. But she ends up leaving first. Every time I heard people like leaving, I always got up to look and see what was tea. So I'm just sitting there waiting. A good hour or like 30 minutes. Seemed like an hour. It was like about 30 minutes roll by. And then I get a little knock on my door. Boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, it's time. I was like, hold on, let me jump up. I jumped up real quick. I said, oh, I'm ready. I'm ready to get the fuck out of here. And like, okay, are you ready? Make sure you get everything you need, and we'll get you your stuff. Come out here with us. And so I'm like, woo, here we go. So they give me my plastic bag that they have me put everything in initially when I changed and got in the shower and everything. Basically all my belongings. They were like, okay, you make sure you don't come back here. And I'm like, yes, I promise I won't ever come back here. You know what? Bitch, I never stole again. Bitch, I heard what they had said. I said, bitch, no ma'am, no motherfucking Pam. And that's a lesson to y'all, bitch. You don't want to end up in there even if it's for a motherfucking night. Because, bitch, it was petrifying when they took off my wig. Like I said, I wasn't too scared of much else. Apart from the niggas hooting and hollering after I took off my wig and them knowing my motherfucking tea. But I held it down. I feel like I held it down pretty solid. I held it down pretty solid. So I ended up changing back into my clothes. I looked crazy. I looked so fucking stupid. And I walked out that bitch. They walked me out. Like I said, Dina got released before me, so her ride wasn't even there. Her little boo daddy that she was talking to at the time wasn't even there to pick her up. He was on the way. When I got out there, guess who was out there? Motherfucking Dina and my mama. So my mom had seen Dina when she was walking out. She's like, oh my God. She gave her a hug. She's like, are you okay? And she's like, yes, I'm fine. I'm just waiting on Bloop 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 to pick me up. And she was just trying to get her shit together, trying to text people. But when I got out there and I walked out, bitch, I gave Kayla the biggest hug. I was like, oh my God, bitch, I love you. Oh my God. And I give my mom a big ass hug. And I was like, I love you. Because it was just crazy. I was like, what the fuck just happened? So we waited for Dina to get picked up. And that was pretty much that on that. My mom ended up driving me to Wingstop after that. I got me some food. And I was pretty much shook. I was like, what the fuck? I'm never going to tell this motherfucking story. But like I said, this was 2018, 2019. It's 2024 now. I've very much learned and grown since then. Like I said, do not take this story time as something you should do or something you think is really cute. I thought it was simply just a funny story time. I need to get off my chest because it's something I've been holding in and wanted to talk to you guys about for a minute. But I didn't want to be judged. But everybody had sticky fingers at one point. Like I said, it was something that happened and something that I definitely learned from and grown from. But if you guys did enjoy this story time, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you guys enjoyed this story time. If you guys enjoyed the mukbang, if you guys want me to do more mukbangs, please comment down below. Even if it's a heart, it gives me the feeling of knowing that you guys are there instead of just viewing me, because views, it's like I need to see the engagement. I want to see who's actually invested and tap the fuck in. So comment down below. Follow my second channel, 420 channel. We got some content up on there. There will be a smoke session dropping soon, as well as a return to monkey here on this channel, which will be the next video. So stay tuned for the return of the monkey. The boys aren't ready for me. The OG, triple OG is back and consistent. So you guys know you guys are going to get some fire content from me. But I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for sticking with me. If you guys been here for the years and years and years, bitch, about 10 years here on this channel. If you guys are OGs, I just want to thank you guys so much for rocking with me. It really does mean the world to me. And you guys are basically like friends to me. That's why I can be vulnerable, talk to you guys, tell certain stories, show you guys the real tea about my surgeries, and just have a good time. But before I end this video, if you guys are interested in the bikini I have on right now, the link will be down in my description box below. It is from TUCKITUP, a trans-owned business. Use code JazzyFade for some money off. It's not a promo. I just get commission from it with the referral. So tap in, support your girl, and cop some TUCKITUP underwear, because I know y'all got some meat down there like I do. With all that being said, I love you guys so much. I'll catch you guys in the next video, which is the monkey one. Return of the monkey. Tell the girls I'm coming back. But yeah, I love you guys with all my heart. See you guys in the next one. Peace, love, and dildos. Bye, y'all. Don't go to motherfucking jail.